Hi there. I will just have some video on with, I don't know, nothing really. Anyways, yeah. Also, I said I will at least communicate in a manner that I'll pick some cards for you if you comment, but not particularly for the commenter, but for any one of you. So I will do a meditation now, so I want to be rather quick with this. So I will just pick 3 cards, so you can choose 1, 2, or 3. Or several, but then in a certain order, which you put first. Okay. So here we go, number 1. That is moving beyond. Wow, it looks like a Buddhist wheel of, I don't know, some yantra of sorts. This image. Okay, that is you. Moving beyond. Oh, I should have lit candles. I have to do that later. Let's see. Oh, the glasses would have been nice. Also, I have to actually turn on the light. So let's see now. To number 1 then. It is time to extract some not cleansing. Yeah, I can't hardly read it. Some meaning out of the negative that you are currently experiencing, or the negative that you have experienced. You have been anchored down in your past struggles that seem very current to you because they are still affecting you so much. Finding the meaning behind what we experience helps us to keep what serves us from the past and discard what does not. For example, if I was hurt by someone, it may have helped me to develop empathy. It may also have caused me to distrust. Moving beyond the struggle, I am called to see the meaning and higher purpose behind being hurt by that person. Then I may choose to keep the empathy and discard the distrust. At this time, all forces in the universe are helping you to move beyond the struggles that weigh you down. These are Teal's Frequency Tarot. Or maybe I will put a link to a video. I always say that, and then, I don't know. There are so many, I should write them down so I recall to do that also. There was a video that I listened to recently where she actually talks about this, so maybe I should, or I will. She talked about forgiveness. You could Google it also, but yeah. And I can realize that myself. Sometimes I can go into really forgiving mode, but then it kind of goes in waves. I'm sometimes more conscious and aware, and sometimes, I don't know, something else takes over, so I'm not constantly there, but I can be sometimes as well. So, and I, for one, I really like Teal. Many things you say when I listen to them and in depth, I don't always, sometimes it feels very, I don't know, it's something in it that, or in, how can I say, it's so much, mental. The mind. And I feel that sometimes leads to, those who are very quick and bright in their minds can be very manipulative. And as she also talks about, there's nothing wrong with being, but it's just that you get what you want in a backdoor way, so to speak. But sometimes when I hear her talking to Blake, she do some sort of exercises or showing them. She's quite strong, and it seems like she puts very much words in his mouth. I'm not sure though. Maybe she just know him so well, so she that's valid. I don't know, but yeah, whatever I think about her. Most of the things I've gotten out of listening to her is awesome. So then I'm always like that little bit. bit hesitant as well. So yeah, anyways, this is her deck, and it's awesome, and this card very much related to a video that I just heard, so therefore I will link this to you, number 1, and then number 2. This is the card for you. Nostalgia. Oh, quite different colors in this and everything. She have these frequency paintings on the cards. These are like pastel colors of sorts. It's a little bit difficult to describe this image, but to me it seems like, I don't know, not insect, butterflies maybe, or something. And I always see hearts everywhere as well. Okay, maybe you can Google her frequency paintings and what name they have. Nostalgia is this one. So for number 2, you desire to return to some aspect of your life that has passed. Your desire to return to some aspect of your life that has passed. Now my cat is here, sadly, is hindering your ability. Hey, baby. To be present in your life, and it is hindering your progression. It is possible to be stuck in the past because we are focused on the bad things we experienced. But a little known fact is that it's possible to be stuck in the past because we are longing for the good things we experienced. If we keep focus on the past, if we keep focused on the idea that the good times were in the past, we cannot live happy lives here and now. If you experienced something good, it's like reflecting something. There is a thing waving up to the earth. Never mind. If you experience something good, then you can have it again. And who is to say that what is coming to you won't be even better than what came before? Okay, I'm so sorry about that. So it could get even better. So don't be stuck in past things that were good. My cat is like, so I have these krill oil, which is really good. I'm not sure it's called that in English though. It's really good for you. So, and every time I try to take one of those, she also wants one. But she doesn't like to get some kind of fat or anything on her fur. So it's kind of, now it was leaking. She probably played around with it, but she wanted to check what it was. The scent. Now she went away again, luckily. Interesting information. Okay, number 3. I hope you, number 2, got what that it was. Be open to the now and to good things to come that can be even better. Okay, number 3. Mother. Oh. Okay. 35. Alright, we will see what this is then. For you, number 3. The time has come to mother and to be mothered. Well, that's beautiful. This is very different kind of painting. It looks like flowing more like than scattered, let's say. Support others and let yourself be supported. Help them and let yourself be helped. Develop empathy in the situation you find yourself in. You are neglecting your needs. You are neglecting other people's needs. And you are expecting yourself or them to tough it out and to be stronger than you or they really are. The practice you need to invite into your life is the practice of becoming softer. The reality is that often the strongest substances on earth, like water, are strong because they are soft. Now is the time to become softer. Well, this was were the cards, because now I will do some meditation if the cat will allow. So, all right. She's very controlling, this one. Yeah. So, whatever. Like her still. So, okay. I talked about these chakra roses. And I'm not exactly sure. I write them down myself from somewhere. So I'm not exactly sure where this is from, but I think it's quite a common meditation that, that many actually have practiced. So, or in those mysterious Western traditions of sorts. So I don't think it's so very odd. And so I've written it down in Swedish, so I will try to translate. Maybe I should just do it in Swedish then, so the words are right. That would be easier, right? Maybe I should, but then you don't know, and you can't write to me if you want me to do it in Swedish, so this was difficult. Well, I will just do it in English anyways, because Swedes used to know English pretty well, so then everyone can hear it if you want to. And I said yesterday or last time that the meditation is to awaken these chakras, these light centers, and to enhance and brighten your aura. So it's good to do it regularly, like once a month or so, maybe. Now it's full moon, so, or yeah, tomorrow actually I think, but it's rather full now. I saw it tonight when I was up. It's very beautiful, so it's easy to remember than if you would do it during the full moon. Maybe it's once a month. So. If you check when the moon is, that is. Otherwise, a date may be better or something. Okay. So, see to it that no one will bother you or disturb you. Is that right? No, I can't do this relaxing, I'm sorry. Well, be comfortable anyways, and turn off the phones or whatever. And maybe do those progressive relaxations before. And just send warm and calming feelings to various body parts, or just you can also use you can breathe out. Think of relaxing the feet, and then when you breathe out, and the next time you breathe out, relax the calves and so on. And you can also just tense certain muscle groups. Okay, how will this go? We'll pause and cough a bit. At least you know how it is, and then you can do your own. Wait. If you're bothered with my way to do it, then, or if I cough or stuff, then you can do it yourself. You at least hear how it is if you wish to. So, yeah. And breathe calm and rhythmically. Take deep breaths and relax, and let your energies gather around you. And then imagine that someone have placed an old, comfortable blanket around your shoulders, and that you're warm and safe and feel at peace. And see how you are on top of the staircase, and at the bottom you see vaguely some light that invite you and make you want to go downwards there. So for each step you take, you become more and more relaxed, and you sink deeper and deeper, at the same time as you feel how you grow brighter and brighter. And don't do this if you drive or something like that. Don't listen to this, by the way. Yeah, okay, I'm keeping on now. So when you're halfway, you will be so weightless, so your feet hardly touches the stairs. But you keep going downwards, and it feels wonderful. You have now forgotten no. you had forgotten how nice it was to be so relaxed and to just allow yourself to float away. Yeah, I do this in a very crappy way, but okay. When you reach the end of the stairs, you're in a little round room, and in the middle of the room, I will just do this so randomly, so I talk meanwhile, but you at least hear how it goes. There is a huge, adorned, is that the word, mirror, and the vague light that made you go down the stairs rest on top of the mirror. And at first you don't see an image in the mirror, but when you look deep inside of it, you see a vague reflection. And then you see the image of yourself. You are naked and you see yourself as perfect. You see your true inner self. And this warms and heals you. And you realize that you have started to forget how beautiful you are. I have to do this in a good way next time. I will do this again. But now when I read through it, I have forgotten how it was even. I haven't checked before. So, when you look into the mirror, you see how two small buds of roses take shape on your feet, softly and beautifully. And the buds start to God, can't really can't use this. I start to, whatever is the word for that, when they, whatever, flower, no, I don't know. But every petal anyway start to open, you can say. And when they open up, you remember that every step you have taken in your life to come to where you are today. And you remember also the mistakes you have been doing, and you remember the times when your steps have been the right and also smooth steps, and when others have also helped you and directed your steps. So you see the bright path that is ahead of you, and the promise of the future. And then you see how roses start to take form on your knees, and they are as equally soft and beautiful as those at your feet. And when those petals opens up in front of your eyes, you remember those times that you have bent knees, when others have been doing that to help you. You remember the times when you have been falling and then came up on your feet again. I would just have this up probably for a moment. This is just, and also there is I'm sorry about this. This is just crap. But there is whatever this thing is called. Maybe I should. Yeah. It's reflecting. There is a thing outside here, a lantern, whatever, and it sways a bit. So every time the sun hits it, it just, when it sways like that, it reflects sharply in my eyes. Just so you know. No, you don't care about that. But anyways, yeah. But you remember every time you have fallen and then got up on your feet. And we also remember when you have seen others fall, and when you have stopped and bent your knees and helped them in any way. So, and when you look into the mirror, you also see roses take form inside of the palms of your hands, softly and vibrating. They opens. Each petal at a time, kind of. And you see also how images from before pass in front of your eyes. Maybe I should do this in Swedish later. Yeah, because it is in Swedish, so then I don't have to translate. And you remember those times when someone has raised their hand in anger towards you, and you remember those times when someone have lent a helping hand and dried your tears, and you remember when others have stretched their hands towards you in friendship and help, and you see those times when you have been doing the same towards others. You see those that you have made happy by being loving and softly touching their cheek, for example. And now you see a rose take form in the area of your pelvis. And when that opens up in front of your eyes, you see those aspects of your life that you have cleansed. You also see the times in your lives when you have changed to your own advantage. And you see those areas of your life that you still need to work with. And there is another rose that appear in the area right beneath solar plexus. And when it opens up, you see all the times when your emotions have swayed away from you. And you see all the times when you didn't let them out. And you start to even see the times when you reacted on people and situations with combined worry and actions. Yeah. You see those times when you efficiently have affected others towards something positive and wonderful in their lives. Also. And the next rows appear in your heart. And when that opens up, you remember all the times when you have loved and lost. You also remember the times when others have kept your love. And you see the love from those that are close to you right now. And you also see your ability to love, and if possible even more in the future, and how that will bring you a healing power in life, and also give that healing towards those you get in touch with. And the 10th rose I don't know, are we really at the 10th? Yeah. It's in the area of the throat, and its petals will open one by one, and when it does that, you remember the times when there were harsh and defeating words that were uttered by you, and you also remember when you said harsh or negative things to others, and or about others also, and you see those times when someone's words lifted you up and made you shiver, like, or those nice ones, and encouraged you and strengthened you. You also see those that are around you now, and that can give you encouragement and kind words. And mentally you put on you remember, or you put it in your mind to remember that you soon will speak with them. The 11th rose now start to take form in the area around your eyebrows. And when that takes form, you remember all the dreams you had when you grew up. You remember the times when you failed to realize them. And you see the times when you have refused to follow your ideals or the visions you've had. You see dreams that have started to become realized, and they wake your imagination, and you remember that you never get a hope or a wish or a dream without the opportunity to realize it. The only thing that can make it go away is that you compromise it. So when the last rose opens up, it takes form on top of your head, at the crown, and then you see everything that needs to be done to have your dreams realized. And if you want to, you also see the future and the promises for that, but you have to lead your energies in that direction. And this is for the completion of your life. This is the rose for that. And when these 12 roses have been developed, started to begin to be developed, they then start to shine with renewed power, and the energy comes out of them like a golden shimmer. It shines forth and surrounds you, like as if you have been clothed in a golden light. So when this fills all of your aura, this radiance of light and health, then you can say a prayer of thanks for this reminder about your true inner being. And you remember consciously that you will keep these roses alive as soon as this image starts to fade in the mirror. And although the image have vanished, you still feel that you still feel the roses vibrating by the light and energy, and that you're conscious of this brilliant golden glow that now surrounds you in your aura. And this is the feeling that stays within you when you then turn back to the stairs and go up again towards your awakened consciousness, carrying these 12 roses of light and this golden, bright aura. So, yeah, half relaxing, right? There are many ways to become more conscious of those subtle energy fields in life. And to learn to see the aura does not only break down those old barriers, but it also increases your sensitivity. So it builds a bridge between the physical and the metaphysical. So when you develop the ability to see and feel more those subtle energies in life, you will be rewarded in many ways. So, and when you practice this, your intuition also will be developed and increased. And it's fun. I mean, you can feel a childish joy doing these things. It doesn't have to be very extremely serious in that sense. And also it opens you up in the sense that you realize that there are so much that you didn't see before. So every day becomes a new adventure and a blessing. So I easily said, not if you don't feel that right now, but and sometimes maybe we do and sometimes not. I wonder if I should go on then. This was just a brief description of that meditation. You can tweak it in any way you like. I don't even know if you say tweak or twerk. Yeah, I guess, I don't know, tweak like it sounds right. The other way, isn't it like that kind of dance? I don't know. Yeah. Yeah, I will see if there is anything else in the aura. Yeah, I will try to get more focused. Not today, probably, it seems. Yeah. Also, I mean, we can do so much for our health. It's easy to put it in someone else's hands, whether it's well, okay, excuse me. I mean, I'm sorry that I didn't do this better, but I still wanted to tell you how you can do it, and you can record it yourself to yourself. In any kind, you can shape it in the way you want to, that suits you well. But you get sort of the idea of it, yeah. But anyways, we have so much capacity to influence our own health, both in all directions actually, and many who seek, myself included in a way, that I want to kind of correct things, and have been wanting to for a very long time. It still is this basic, we can't skip those basics if we still eat crap. And I mean, things happen, we develop things, we can grow in consciousness in a way. I mean, there are those fragments of ourselves. She talks about that, Teal, that we are all have multiple personalities in a sense. But yeah, but we can have developed a lot in one way, and then there are still things in other areas to work on. It doesn't mean that to dismiss someone that have problems with something as if it is not valuable in some kind of way. It still is. So yeah, I just see that I need to take care of that oil stuff on the floor. But anyways, yeah, I mean, we can wait and let, when we get really sick or something, have the doctors take care of it. And sometimes, I mean, it's something that for whatever reasons happens, and I don't mean to put any blame. It's just that we have so much control and power in ourselves also, in the way we can influence things with our thoughts even. Yeah. So, and working with these subtle energies, it really influences and creates actually the body as I see it. So yeah, so that's why I talked about it so much now, and I will end it with this video though. And yeah, the goal is to start to be aware, to maybe see also, but also feel and see this the radiance from the body or in the body, and understand how these subtle energies have influence or impact on you, and to do these exercises patiently if you then wish to, because you may not, oh gosh, this thing that actually the reflections just shines in my eyes. I have to close my eyes. Yeah, and start with the more simple exercises. I have described just a few variations, and if you're drawn to certain one, that's probably one that is good for you. But if there are, in certain cases there are those that you start in a certain practice and then you add to that, then you shouldn't go ahead until you have realized how to do the ones before, because then you actually will miss out on a lot and maybe not even experience a lot. So because your ability is built by these practices, so you can feel them and then also see them. Yeah. So, and also gosh, I have really pain in my eye now from this fucking lantern. I think that, this makes me angry now. God. Oh, yeah, but anyways, yeah. So you can widen your perception of the whole, of reality itself, because you will be surprised, and you will be surprised of how much you pick up actually also. Things that you have had open, although not been still able to consciously understand sometimes when you are very young, but yeah, the whole world becomes a different world to live in. Yeah. Positively. Yeah. And it varies for how long time this takes, but the more, I've had those, and known those who try to see this aura, and they are like those fighter, winning types of pitta personalities, and they kind of, they push, they just, they do things with effort, and quite the opposite of myself. And they usually have problems because they don't relax, and they don't understand that that's part of seeing this. You have to relax and be patient also, like be in the present moment and discover it. It's like a positive, you're focused on it, but more relaxed in it than most people seem to be able to be. And that's why it takes at least longer time. Eventually you will, especially if you follow the sort of instructions. But even if you don't, if that is your focus, but if you never relax and try to do it, then you won't. It's like the opposite. So and some practices will give results quicker than others, but don't give up. Yeah, it takes time and practice, so. But it's natural also for all of us. And the ability to do this have been dormant. Then if you don't see it already, then it have been dormant there all these years. It's there still. So you need to like slowly and consciously start to stretch these muscles that haven't been used, these abilities that have not been used. So if you keep doing it, you will succeed. So it's fun, and you can be lighthearted, but it's also serious in a way that you start in a process where you will get to know your inner self and also others' inner selves. And you take the step into areas that will lead you to discover a lot of things that I don't know what you will discover, but you will start to realize the sacred, I guess you can say. So it's fun, and it's a joyous experience, but it also is to treat with respect, and respect yourself also, your boundaries. If you start to feel not so good, or that you lose touch with reality too much or something, it's not that it's dangerous, I wouldn't say, but still it's something that in you that says that now maybe you need to pause for a bit, or so on, so that your whole self, let's say, so you don't scare yourself shitless. Truly, that's why. Because that in itself, the fear itself, can create a lot of problems. So, but it's nothing dangerous in it. But you should still listen to yourself always, and to what you are ready to, because you totally shift your perception, not only by just seeing energy, but you pick up a lot of other things as well, very easily then. And so and for some, sooner or later, if you just do relaxation or concentration like that, then you also start to see the aura. That is more or less guaranteed. But if you, not everyone who do see the aura, but the ability and the that it would naturally unfold for you. That is maybe 90% of times the case, I would assume. So, and if you would focus on it, you would. But many who do meditations and so does not focus on that. So they may not see it, but that will also in itself give you results. So don't push yourself. Like, if you feel good meditating or doing some concentration practice or something like that, then keep doing that, and don't stretch yourself further than you feel you're ready to go right now. Because you can block yourself if you. That is really the danger. So there is no danger, but the so-called is that if you feel too scared, if you feel that your reality shakes too much, then you probably will block it. Your subconscious, your defenses will kick in. So therefore it's very good to be aware of how ready you are really to perceive differently. So before you start to do this, it's good to learn to meditate or relax in some kind of way, because even that will get you in touch with yourself more than you maybe are used to, and that in itself may trigger like defenses or stuff. So when you feel good in doing that, to stop, breathe, relax, and just do nothing, that's when you start to be ready to explore further, I would say. Yeah, because you without doubt you get in touch with yourself, and that's sometimes what we spend most of our time to run away from. So, and it doesn't have to be a complicated or drawn out process that takes a long time. You can do it quite quickly, but it's more of the quality of it, and you can't rush it. You can't feel stressed while doing it, like now I have 5 minutes now, like that. You have to be able to feel as if you have all the time in the universe, like, but it does not have to take a long time. Yeah, but then again, when you practice it, you will also know that you can use it, even though you just have a few minutes or even less, just to close your eyes and breathe deeply and connect. And from my point of view, from where I am right now, I don't need to close my eyes. I don't see the aura all the time though, but I will maybe start practicing myself again I see it when I focus on it, but I need to be able to see it anytime, anywhere, quickly like that. Then I need to practice it a bit also now. So, but then again, I see a lot of other things. I can communicate with the guides and spirits all the time, so, and then I don't need to close my eyes or anything. I get visions, or I see what they want to say to me anyways. And that I can do exactly. It doesn't take any effort, and I don't need to do any meditation or, my own perceptions and so on will, let's say like this, I will be more open and receptive. For example, when I sleep, I get a lot of messages. So, but like in dreams and so I try to write certain things down, and then I understand them later during the day or so in the morning. But so I like the process where I'm more unconscious, let's say, when I receive messages, so I don't stand in the way. My ego or my own concepts or ideas about things will stand in the way of what is trying to be revealed to me. But I can always, anytime, pick it up. I don't need to do any practices to do so. So therefore also I don't think I actually need this whole seeing energy, because it's a way of perceiving and seeing energy and communication anyways, if I wish to. So But it could be helpful very much also, because you instantly know when you see the person, and I don't do that unless I tune into listening to the guides or hearing their messages or seeing. So okay. And progressive relaxation. There are most of those. I mean, many of those here on YouTube as well. Usually I start with the feet and upwards, but you can do any way you like, I guess. And I used to leave the top of the head. I go just to the forehead and so around. And some also do the relaxation all the way and relax also the top of the head. But I feel like it opens it. I don't do that part. But anyways, And you can also obviously, like with ASMR or whatever. I don't like that when it comes to ASMR though. Sometimes I can relax to it, but the ASMR get less if you have soft music often. To words and so. Anyways, anything that can help you relax is good to use then. Yeah. So the more you relax, the more you can concentrate, and the more you concentrate, the more you will be able to see those subtle energy around you. So therefore relaxation is the basic thing, and then also you need to have some sort of focus and be able to keep that. And then it the more you do it, you get more fine-tuned then. So you get very sensitive, but that is positive one. So you shift your consciousness, your state of consciousness. But it's natural, we do that all the time. Just sitting in the sun, daydreaming or whatever, that's sort of doing that, but we don't think of it as such. So, So outer energies and so on will be much harsher. So I do these halfway ASMR things, but those who really go into whispering or whatnot, if suddenly there is it doesn't really need to be a very sharp sound even, but some sound that is the contrast to that pretty much, then you get really disturbed by it. Other times maybe you wouldn't even recognize it, because you get a little bit sensitized. Also then you feel these energies you get ASMR, you feel the energies in the meridians, so you already feel the aura. So if you want to have soft music or something and add that to your experience, then you actually should have it very low, rather too low. But when you think of it in your awake state, the volume, you would want it to be higher than you would want it after you relax, and it feels very loud still, So the radiance around these chakras and so on can be felt with your palms very easily. So if you start to get more sensitized to these things, you will easily feel where there is stronger. Even if you don't know where the chakras are or anything, if you feel around the body, you will feel them. If you don't need to hold on the body, I think it's easier if you would hold like a foot. No, but like you will also feel where it is. If you go from from if you think of a person laying down, whether sitting down, it doesn't matter, but and you go from outside inwards towards the body with your open palm, and you feel then where the area is and how far away you feel the most. It's like, you can say, some sort of opening of this chakra and how far this energy really strongly stretches. So, yeah. So, and this is what you do, also those natural healers and so feel that these subtle energies. So to begin with, also, before, if you have problems seeing stuff and so on, you can really start with your hands, and it will be probably easier to help you discover the energies of the aura. Yeah, and then your sensitivity overall will be enhanced. Yeah. And it's like the chakra system transmits, you can say, all energy that comes towards the body and that leaves the body. So it helps to give energy to all your physical, emotional, mental, and spiritual functions. So it's very important. Yeah. Yeah, so, and also the feet, underneath the feet, when you work with Moneki, for example, and the Mother Earth, you feel her touch very easily when you communicate with her through the palms of, do you say palms of feet? Yeah, anyways, yeah. So, yeah, I think that's that. I wonder if there's anything else I will add. I think not, actually. I will just check. I know the sounds are quite rough even now with these papers because I'm so lazy to do it well. Oh, yeah. And that's also a good thing with not reading comments, and I care less even. Oh my. Yeah. So, but you can also hold over the whole body, like it's 40 centimeters or so, yeah, around your arms or whatever, slowly, gradually towards the area, and you will feel the energy no matter what. So, I probably, unless you're pretty desensitized, but then you can. It's there naturally, so you can develop it easily if you wish to. So you can feel how close you are to, let's say, the arm then when you start to feel its energy. And it can be like a pressure or warmth or cold, or it can feel like it's like thicker, or tingles also. Yeah. And from the beginning, it may not be all that strong, but you should be able to feel it quite quickly. I mean, if you practice a few times at least, if you don't feel it instantly, you should feel it. But repeat, and you should also probably from the beginning do it quite slowly, so you can really feel the difference when you come closer. And also remember that you are about to awaken these abilities and these energies around you. So be patient with yourself. Don't think that you should know it, but it still is pretty easy to do. So I don't want to make it sound like it's something really difficult that you will have to take 2 years to learn. Most people feel it, I guess, first time. But even if you don't, it's nothing wrong with you. It's just that you're so very used to being out of touch with this, and more concentrated on the physical. And also it can be that you put very much pressure on yourself Even those very sensitive to energies can do that, can block themselves by being too eager and just go in with willpower and force, like I should do this now, I decided I will, and then that's really the opposite than relaxation, So you have to be sort of receptive and not pushy, and also that all energy follows your thoughts, so your aura, your pattern in your aura will show your thoughts in a way, because of that. So the energy adjusts to the frequency of your thoughts. So whatever you think about will change the aura somewhat, and the energy. Mm-hmm. As well as outer impressions, outer things like energies around or so on, energies that surrounds you also make impressions on you and your aura, of course. Some people talk about only the thoughts effect on the energy and so on and then in our lives, let's say, but it's not the only way energy goes, so even afterwards you can feel if something has happened or there have been an energy in a room or something, you can feel it. So whether you are aware of it or not, but see, let's see, I just need to check if there is something else to add to this. I'm sorry about the loudness here. There is, of course, a lot of more energies. No, I'm a little bit tired here. A lot of more practices you can do, but this is some of them that I've talked about. There are obviously a lot of things to add and a lot of things to discover how, if there are any disturbances in the aura and so on. There are various techniques and practices that are more than this, but I think I will leave it at that. I've talked about the colors some videos ago a little bit, and then it's experience also when you start to understand or feel the communication. It's like an intuitive process that seldom is with words, and I often get the communication both in images and so on and symbolically, but also very much in words, because I've been so logical before. I think that's why. But in this case, you get the information very much through you have to interpret from your intuition. You get a sense of what it says, but you have to formulate the words and describe what you experience it says yourself. So so you will feel minor differences also in colors or thickness or shapes, or you will start to get more and more aware of what that says, and that may be quite different information. I was also going to tell you this actually about how to do with the pendulum with the aura, and to figure out their main colors. So this you can do before you then can see them, obviously, then you don't need it. But if you use those rods, those dowsing rods or a pendulum, then the subconscious already knows what energies the aura have, obviously. So to get conscious of it is what it is about, to be aware of them consciously. So that will these tools help you with then, until you become more aware of them. So if you use those dowsing rods, you create a circle with those colors, like red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, and violet, in like a those cake pieces, and then you draw it on a regular white paper, like at least 30 centimeters wide, and you can also paint the color in each section there instead of writing it, but you can do in whatever way you want. And if you use the pendulum, you can write it like you can have a ladder, let's say, and write them in each square or rectangular box there, and just relax then with both of these techniques. Then you relax, and then you place your feet in the floor, or you have them on the floor, and relax your elbows. Here it actually is recommended to relax your elbow against the surface where your picture are, but usually I used to hold it up. But anyways, and if you use those dowsing rods, you can also you just need to use one for this particular exercise then. But you hold it on such a distance that the tip of it won't touch anywhere, but it should be able to freely make a circle in the air. So you hold it lightly, and place the hand above the center of the circle there where you have written those colors around, and then you focus on the person whose aura you are about to read, or yourself then. And if you read for yourself, then close your eyes and think about yourself, because otherwise you may influence if you see where it is. So because you kind of wish for certain colors, I don't know. So, but you can also ask questions then, mentally or out loud if you wish. Just like, what is my aura's main color, or you just the name of the person's main color. And you can, as we do in Reiki and so on, you can use something to define who it is, either their telephone number or address, or something that if they have names that are similar to many others, so that spirits for sure knows, they help in this process. If you're good at visualizing, you will just see them in your inner mind, and then everyone knows who you aim for. I almost said, yeah. So, anyways, you take a break, and let these dowsing rods move freely to the area that mostly correlates with this color. You can also ask what additional colors there is in the aura, the next main color, so to speak, and so on. So, and if it stops in between two colors, that may be something to reflect of also. Maybe it's both of them, or nuances of them both, and so on. And you won't write all colors that exist in this circle, But you can also ask like what color is closest to the color in the aura there. Yeah, for you or for someone else or whatever you want then. So, yeah, and when it's the pendulum, there is the same principle. You rest your elbows then against the surface of the table or what you where you have this laying down, so that the pendulum is like 5 or 10 centimeters above this sheet of colors or written down colorful colors. So you can write like red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, purple, white, for example, in each box of this kind of ladder shape. I don't know, however you write it, you understand. And then you start at the edge of it and work towards all of the colors. And you can use then yes or no answers to discern what colors. You can ask like, is red a part of X's aura or your aura or the other ones? Is red the main color in this person's aura or so on? You can keep asking whatever. And then see how the pendulum reacts. And let it give their yes or no answers. And also be aware how strongly it reacts. The stronger the answer is, the stronger the color may be in the aura. Or if it's a no, then it will not really. If it's really strong no, that is not there. So you go through all those colors one by one, and remember then to ask questions that can be answered with a yes or a no. Yeah. And you can also use this to discern where these colors are. Is the red mostly around the head, you can ask, or does this green color indicate something related to the physical body? Or is the blue dark blue? You can ask those kinds of questions. Is the yellow close or above the head? Or is it, you can also ask whether it's beneath or above a certain area of the body or so on. So don't be afraid to experiment. The more you use these tools, the more conscious you will become of these energies that stretch far outside these physical limits. So you will raise your ability to discern, and that breaks down the barriers that may block your physical senses. So you more easily start to see them when you have experienced them still. And to see and interpret the health in the aura is usually the closest part of the body. It's easiest to see that area around the physical body. And that mainly shows the individual's physical health. So that energy will be quite strong there if it's a healthy person. But that can also include various other colors. More like energy, like what can you say? Waves that stretches out from the body. So, and symmetrical then if they are healthy. So, I wonder if I should keep talking about that, or if I should just stop now. Yeah. You will start to know this naturally by intuition, just also. So I think I won't go into that too much. Yeah. And the radiance that it goes out from the physical body, like 30-60 centimeters or so, that is more of the physical, and then it start to fade a little bit to more connect with those other energies in the aura. So if it's just like 10-20 centimeters, that's the energies, then the energy is going down. So then you need to add to your energy. otherwise eventually there will be physical problems. So for example, the one that I talked about, the heroinist who didn't even almost have any like gradients, that was really dangerous, but still he's alive. So, and this was long ago now, like at least, I don't know, must have been like, I don't know, 20 years ago maybe, or even more. So it can turn around. Don't get distressed by it, but you should correct it then. Yeah, so if it's not symmetrical, and if it seems like discolored, disfigured or discolored, if you say, if it looks dirty, then it can also look like an inflammation, actually, like an energy inflammation. Then it's like more red, but darker and thicker than the general energy there around. There may be an inflammation in that area then. So maybe if someone have pains or stiff muscles or so on, you may feel that or see that. I mean, yeah. I keep going. I should stop, but I don't know where to stop. Yeah. So. But also, that too. But if you start to like check people like this, their health, then also ask them, tell them what you see and what that can indicate if they know, because people may. You don't have to do all the job if they already know what it is about. So. Yeah. Yeah, so and also very important, you can't diagnose or like recommend or ordain treatment if you see certain things. You can just say what you see, and you can give advice, and you can say that you've heard of a method or a person that someone may want to try and go to or something like that, but you can't put a diagnosis or ordain treatment. It's not legal also, but it's good that it's not something to do. Also, you can give advice, and that's enough. People will just pick up what they are ready to do anyway. So and it's very easy to start to generalize when you start to see things. And so if you see a dark spot somewhere, you easily think, oh, it must be cancer or developing, or it must be this or that, and that's really irresponsible, and also not, it doesn't have to be right at all, as well as it's kind of cruel to say stuff like that. So if someone wanted to read their aura, they are vulnerable in that at that time, so they open up and they are open to influence. So therefore it's very important not to put negative seeds there, and not to invade on their free will, and to choose your words carefully and caring. So you have to be sensitive, and also have a good intuition on how the person will react to what you say, and adjust your communication according to that. And if you don't have that ability, you should not probably work with people and reading their aura, especially. So I, for one, that's one thing that I love with Teal, though, because I can relate to some things with her, and she is quite straightforward. Yeah. And sometimes I don't have that. That I have, but sometimes I don't have that carefulness, because I guess it have to do with impatience with me also. I say the clearest way that I can say it, because that also it's about how you yourself would want it, I think. And I like things clear. But I appreciate caring and carefulness as well. But anyways, I recognize that this is one area where I'm not the best. People want to go to someone to be encouraged only or so on. They should not go to me, because I won't say what I try to encourage people, but I won't say anything that I don't perceive. So those people should not come to me. And also when I do these readings on Facebook and so on, I thought about doing like giveaways for Christmas and for, or when people have birthdays or stuff like that. But it's nothing you really can do, even when it comes to card readings or mediumship readings. So, because I cannot guarantee that they will say something positive to them. Guidelines or something, they will have something that is that can be used in a positive way for them, but it's not for sure something they wanted to hear or anything like that. So I've hesitated to do that. When people ask for it, I try to kind of warn them and tell them that, okay, but it may be challenging, I won't adjust. I won't adjust my words very much to suit their ability to digest them. No. So sometimes it takes time. People can get pretty pissed, and then after a while they come back and realize what it was that I said and so on, and that I actually mean well, although it can sound harsh or straight to the point, But also some people suit some people and some others suit other people, other people. So, but anyways, of course you should not be too harsh. Yeah. And I try my best to be more soft, but also not so soft so that the information won't even, then you don't do what you should do. If it sounds like nothing when it really is something, and stuff like that, you have to kind of put emphasis still on things that are shown clearly. So, yeah. And also when it comes to the meanings of the colors, as I talked about the other time, it's only guidelines, and it doesn't mean that it have to be interpreted that way every time, and it's uniquely shown each time you see energy, so you can't do that, but you can have it as a base. You can also be very vague, although you can specify if you feel like you pick up that what the problem is clearly or so on. You can just say that you see a problem in a certain area and that maybe they should have it checked, but that's how far you should go, and not to define, even if you think you could. And it's there are so many nuances, like the colors, the vibrations, where they are, and the combinations of colors and everything. So it have to do with practice very much to start to pick up what it really exactly want to say. But you can become an expert at it for sure. At it. Oh, I can't pronounce English words well. So, and you can discuss your impressions with the person, of course, but don't say something you cannot take responsibility for personally. You are a tool also for that person to be helped. Oh, dropped stuff, sorry. And you awaken that person's consciousness and their energy, so you help that individual to get insight on these other forces and energies in their lives, and then they can go further whenever they are ready or whatever. So I think I have to step. God, I maybe need to read comments so I get a little bit humbled. Yeah. Yeah, I think I will just stop now. I think I said most of the things I thought about now. I'm not sure though. There's a lot more to be said also about crystals and all things. But I think I will stop. I've talked about this for so long now, for many videos, yeah. And maybe sometime I will say it in a focused manner. Maybe any of you can do it instead. Just take away all the other crap, yeah. So, okay, no, I won't go into it. There is so much more to say about the colors as well and everything, but I think I will just not. Yeah. If you didn't know anything, maybe you know a little bit more now anyways. So now I've said, then I don't have the energy to write more, so I will copy them instead. And that I say after I've written too much, like. Yeah. I wonder. I dropped those though. Maybe here I can see where they are copied from. I have some images to see. But I think I've said most of this anyway, but I will just check that. I'm sorry, I'm not still. Yeah, okay. It's a lot about practice for the eyes and how to. Scientific stuff, I don't know. Contrast. I talked about this a little bit, some of these things, yeah. Well. And yeah, you can also create a practice like the practice with spiral. I wonder what that was. Oh, I'm sorry, I have to. Like you should almost like have a dreamy way of looking at things, you know. Unfocused, sort of. I think maybe I said that before, but yeah. So I wonder what this is. Is it about spiral? Yeah. If you just see a spiral, you can also start to concentrate on that, like a drawn spiral with a white background, just black. I mean, lines written, drawn like such. So you can look on a dot deep inside this like tunnel, and that is created by this spiral itself, and focus yourself out from the tunnel, as if you pull that inner central point outwards, and then trade it so that your eyes are drawn in again, and then inside and out, you know, like slowly. So you mentally draw this spiral towards you, and then you send it from you. So it starts to get like three-dimensional shape. That's a practice you can do for your eyes as well. And you can also, if this is difficult, you can focus on your eyes on the outer border of the spiral and move around there until you get to the center, and then the other way around. Spiral dance. And after second or third time you do that, you will experience this in and out effect. So you should not do this for more than 3 to 4 minutes, and those eye muscles will be strained otherwise. And if your eyes start to if you start to have pain in your eyes, or they feel overworked, then just immediately stop. And also to experience the clarity of the colors, you can have a colored circle with a white background. You can do as many color circles as you can come up with, like colored paper is cheap, or you can use other cloth or other fabric. But you should use at least 3 colors, red, yellow, and blue. And it's more efficient if these, if you create circles with the rainbow colors like red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, and violet. So do as many colors or nuances as you want to, and then you teach your eyes, or train your eyes to recognize colors that you usually wouldn't register. So you put this illustration in front of you and place the circles in the center one by one, and you softly look at it for 5 to 10 seconds. And you can say your color mentally if you have a color there. So you learn to recognize and identify the variations. You can also, meanwhile you look at them then. You can do this periodically also. If you watch TV or a computer or something, you can have these circles with you. So you can look at them during commercials or something. And you can also have a totally white paper beside you to use this as a physical practice. And have that beside the other picture, like 15 centimeters in between them or something, and focus on the circle and see it as if it were 3-dimensional, like a ball, colored ball, or a colored hole with a white background, and use this pulling emotion as if, like in the previous, this spiral practice, and let your eyes be drawn into the circle and back out again. And repeat this several times until you feel like you are going in and out of this circle hole. And then move your eyes back to these colored circles, the outer border of it, and slowly move around clockwise around it, and repeat that like 4 or 5 times, and then change the direction 4 or 5 times, and do that 4 or 5 times, and and in the other direction, yeah. So, and also take care so that it is your eyes that moves and not your head. So, and when you have done that rotation on to the other, in the other direction, I need some water. Then you look at this white paper. Quickly you look at this totally white paper, and probably you will see an after image, so to speak. And that is not a part of the aura, but it shows that you have stimulated your ability to see in a strong way. So take a pause in between this, when you stimulate the colors or the intensity of light or so on. And the more you will exercise with this, the more light you will be able to perceive. So, and also this strengthens the muscles in the eyes if you just take it in a pace that you are okay with. Yeah, and some people say that you only use 15 to 20% of our ability to see with our eyes, actually. So therefore it's not so odd that men don't see the aura. Yeah. Yeah, so, and there are other eye practices I will see. I will just stop now, but let's see. Many other things you can do. To make you perceive both colors and light clearer. But start slowly and gently. You shouldn't get tired in the eyes, then you need to relax. Yeah, but it's most efficient if you practice like every day, preferably 2 times a day, but really not more than 10-15 minutes a time, and some practices in their shorter time, of course. And that's all you need to reach results. And these illustrations, they can be made on just cardboard, yeah. And the size of them should be like 50 like squares of 50 centimeters on the sides. But you don't need to be strict about that, but around that. So, but it should be large enough so that you can see it clearly if you put it on a wall and it's like 2.5 meters from you, and it should be in the same. Right in front of your eyes. So, if you want to sit down, you should place them so you see them right in front of you when you sit down, and so that there is also not other things distracting on the wall, of course, where you put them, and not further away than 2.5 meters. So, yeah. So, and this spiral practice also, it help your both eyes to work together, and it really is a good thing. I don't see as well later. I think I've ruined it with sitting in front of the computer too much, but you can practice this also. It's certain things get with age they change, but if you practice like this, it really strengthens the eyes, so you don't have to have problems like that. Yeah. So that spiral practice can be really good for that matter as well, like for the physical eyes. Yeah. Yeah. So, and also when it comes to intuition and picking up colors and all that, it's good from the beginning at least, but also now and then, of course, it's good. It's easy to fool yourself to see something that is really not there. So therefore it's very good to have some sort of confirmation also aside from your intuition. So sometimes when you use these tools, or someone else can use them and check, that is really, that will give you confirmation. As well as when I use cards, for example, if I get some information and then I pick a card that confirms that, that or preferably if someone can confirm it themselves that it's accurate. But when it comes to auras, maybe they don't know themselves so exactly what changed or what they feel, or so what. Yeah. But yeah, everyone can learn how to see the aura. Yeah, it's natural, and most kids see them but they get taught then that it's not there. So yeah. Yeah. So yeah, there is a lot of things that can be said also scientifically and what people have discovered and so on, but I will just let you go now and take a break from this whole topic. And I'm so sorry about this whole meditation type of thing. Maybe I will sometime do it in Swedish, or maybe even in English in a relaxed manner, but not today. Well, take care now and be blessed.